Imagine this. You're in a state-of-the-art hospital, hooked up to machines, trusting your life to cutting-edge medicine. But what if I told you that the foundations of that trust, the very ideas of diagnosis, surgery, and even hospitals, were laid thousands of years ago, not in Europe, but in the cradle of Asia and the Middle East? From the dusty plains of Mesopotamia to the bustling bazaars of Baghdad, ancient healers pioneered breakthroughs that still echo in our world today. Welcome to Ancient Healers, where we uncover the untold history of medicine in Asia and the Middle East. In this first episode, we'll journey through time, exploring how these regions transformed healing from superstition to science. We'll meet visionary doctors who dissected diseases, brewed life-saving potions, and built the world's first medical centres. Stick around. By the end, you'll see your next doctor's visit in a whole new light. But let's start at the beginning, in the land between two rivers. Our story begins over 5,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, and parts of Syria and Iran. Here, in the fertile valley of the Tigris and Euphrates, civilization blossomed, and so did medicine. The Sumerians, one of the earliest cultures, viewed illness as a curse from the gods, but they didn't just pray, they acted. They had two types of healers: the Ashipu, a spiritual diagnostician who identified demonic causes through omens, and the Aju, a practical therapist who mixed herbs, performed surgeries, and even used enemas and suppositories. Picture this: an Ajuwe in 2100 BCE grinding willow bark into a paste to ease pain. Sound familiar? That's because it contains salicin, the precursor to aspirin. They treated everything from broken bones to eye infections with over 1,000 documented remedies, including opium for pain and myrrh as an antiseptic. And get this, they performed basic surgeries like trepanation, drilling holes in skulls to relieve pressure, with some patients surviving. Moving east to ancient Persia, around 600 BCE, healers built on this. The Achaemenid Empire emphasized hygiene and prevention, with Zoroastrian texts promoting clean water and balanced diets. They developed the microcosm theory, seeing the human body as a miniature universe, influencing later holistic approaches. Persian physicians, like those in the Avesta scriptures, used herbal infusions and even early forms of psychotherapy. But these were just seeds. True innovation awaited in the East. Fast forward to ancient India, where around 3000 BCE, Ayurveda emerged as the science of life. Rooted in Vedic texts, this holistic system treated the body, mind, and spirit as one. By 600 BCE, legendary physicians like Karaka and Sushruta compiled encyclopedias that are still studied today. At its core, the three doshas: Vata, wind for movement, Pitta, fire for metabolism, and Kapha, earth for structure. Imbalance caused disease, so treatments restored harmony through diet, yoga, and herbs. Turmeric for inflammation. That's Ayurvedic. Its curcumin is now in modern anti-inflammatory drugs. Neem for skin issues, ashwagandha for stress. These plants were catalogued with precision. But Ayurveda wasn't just herbs, it pioneered surgery. Sushruta, the father of surgery, described over 300 procedures in his Sushruta Samhita, including rhinoplasty, reconstructing noses using forehead skin flaps. Imagine, in 600 BCE, Indian surgeons used ants to stitch wounds, their jaws acting as natural clamps. They even performed cataract removals with curved needles. Rhetorical question: how did they know so much without microscopes? Through observation and dissection, Sushruta detailed anatomy, from bones to nerves. Ayurveda's emphasis on prevention, like seasonal diets, influence global wellness trends today. Yet, India's gifts would blend with others across the continent. In ancient China, medicine dates back over 5,000 years, evolving into traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, by the Han Dynasty around 200 BCE. The foundational text, the Huangdi Neijing, or Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon, which introduced qi, the vital energy flowing through meridians. Balance was key. Yin, cool, passive, and yang, hot, active, must harmonize, or illness strikes. Treatments: acupuncture, inserting needles to redirect qi, now backed by science for pain relief. Moxibustion, burning mugwort on points and cupping for circulation. Herbalism shone brightest, over 13,000 medicinals, like ginseng for vitality or ephedra for asthma, leading to modern ephedrine drugs. Shen Nong, the mythical divine farmer, tested hundreds of herbs, risking his life daily. By the Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, pharmacies stocked complex formulas for everything from digestion to longevity. Surgery, less emphasized than in India, but Hua Tuo, 140 to 208 CE, used anesthesia brews for operations, like removing tumours. TCM's pulse diagnosis, feeling 28 pulse types, revealed organ health without invasive tools. Today, it's integrated worldwide, from acupuncture clinics to herbal supplements. But the pinnacle, that came when these traditions converged in the Middle East during a golden era. Enter the Islamic Golden Age, from the 8th to 13th centuries, when scholars in Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo synthesized knowledge from Greece, India, China, and Persia. Under Abbasid caliphs, translation movements brought Hippocrates and Galen into Arabic, sparking a medical renaissance. First star, Al-Razi, raises 865 to 925 CEE, the father of Islamic medicine. He distinguished smallpox from measles in his Kitab al-Jadari wa al-Hasba, the first such work. Al-Razi emphasized clinical observation, testing treatments on monkeys, and wrote over 200 books, including on pediatrics and ophthalmology. He introduced alcohol as an antiseptic and even used animal gut for sutures. Then Ibn Sina, Avicenna, 980 to 1037 CE, whose canon of medicine was a medical Bible for 600 years in Europe. This 14-volume encyclopedia covered contagious diseases, pharmacology, and psychology. He treated depression with music therapy. Ibn Sina described tuberculosis as airborne and advocated quarantine. Surgery reached new heights with al-Zahawi, Albucasis, 936 to 1013 CE, the Golden Surgeon. His al-Tasrif detailed 200 instruments, including forceps and cauterizing tools. He performed lithotomies for bladder stones and wrote on orthopedics, influencing modern surgery. And hospitals. The Islamic world invented the Bimaristan, free public facilities with wards for mental health, ophthalmology, and even music therapy rooms. Baghdad's Al-Adudi Hospital in 982 CE had 24 physicians on staff. Pharmacology boomed too. Ibn al-Baytar catalogued 1,400 drugs, blending Asian herbs with Middle Eastern innovations. These advancements spread via the Silk Road, fusing Indian Ayurveda, Chinese acupuncture, and Persian hygiene into a unified science. So, what happened next? The Mongol invasions and European Renaissance shifted focus, but the legacy endures. Translations of Ibn Sina's works shaped Western medicine. His canon was taught in universities until the 1700s. Today, Asian and Middle Eastern medicine influences everything. Acupuncture treats chronic pain in Western clinics. Ayurvedic yoga boosts mental health globally. Artemisinin from Chinese wormwood fights malaria, earning a Nobel in 2015. Even hospitals trace back to Islamic Bimaristans. These ancient healers remind us, innovation thrives on cultural exchange. In a world facing new health challenges, perhaps we should look east again. If this journey through ancient medicine hooked you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more episodes on the history of science in Asia and the Middle East. Next up, astronomy and mathematics. Share your thoughts. Which ancient remedy surprised you most? Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay curious.